3 days had passed since the alien princess Zaravex had appeared in Olivia's quarters. 3 days of chaos, confusion, and heated debates among Earth's military leaders. The massive alien vessel, Zara's royal flagship, remained in position near Earth's fleet. It neither attacked nor responded to any communications except through Zara herself, and Zara refused to speak to anyone except Olivia. "This is a bad idea," Olivia said as she strapped herself into the co-pilot seat of her fighter craft. Zara sat in the pilot's seat, her violet fingers dancing over the controls with surprising familiarity. "Your Admiral Harlow gave permission. After you refused to talk to anyone else for 3 days," Olivia pointed out. She didn't have much choice. The princess had insisted on a private flight to demonstrate something important. Admiral Harlow had eventually agreed, but only because the standoff was getting nowhere, and Zara promised to reveal crucial information. The fighter's engines hummed to life. Zara handled the human controls as if she had been flying Earth vessels all her life. "How do you know how to fly our ships?" Olivia asked as they left the hangar. "Your technology is..." "Simple," Zara replied. Her tone wasn't mocking, just matter of fact. "My people mastered space travel when your ancestors were still living in caves." Olivia watched as Zara guided the fighter away from the fleet with perfect precision. "Where are we going?" "The asteroid belt," Zara said. "I need to show you something, and we need privacy." They flew in silence for a while. Olivia studied the alien princess. In the 3 days since her arrival, Zara had refused to leave Olivia's side. She slept in Olivia's quarters, followed her to meetings, and observed her training sessions. It was both annoying and strangely comforting to have the alien constantly nearby. As they approached the asteroid belt, Zara increased speed. She wove through the massive space rocks with reflexes no human could match. "My name is Zaravex, 7th Sovereign of the Luminary Confluence," she said suddenly as she executed a perfect spiral between 2 colliding asteroids. "And your Admiral Harlow is making a terrible mistake." Olivia gripped her restraints tighter. "What mistake?" "Preparing to attack my flagship," Zara said calmly. "I know about the strike team. The nuclear weapons, the plan to capture me and force my ship to surrender." Olivia's stomach dropped. That information was top secret. Only the highest-ranking officers knew about the contingency plan. "How did you—" "I can sense thoughts," Zara interrupted. "Not read them completely, but sense intentions, especially strong ones like fear, aggression, and deception. Your Admiral radiates all 3 when she looks at me." Olivia wasn't sure whether to believe her. "If you know about the plan, why are we out here alone?" "Why not confront the Admiral?" "Because I need you to understand first," Zara said. "The Void Heralds aren't your enemy. They're mine. They've followed me across 7 galaxies. And they're headed for Earth," Olivia said grimly. "How convenient." Zara's expression changed. The aliens' faces were difficult to read, but something like sadness crossed her features. "Not convenient. Inevitable. They consume worlds to fuel their biomechanical ships. Your world is simply... next." The fighter's sensors suddenly flashed with warnings. New objects were appearing at the edge of the solar system. They moved unnaturally fast as if space itself bent around them. "There," Zara said, pointing to the sensor display. "The first scouts have arrived." The objects were ships unlike anything Olivia had ever seen. They looked almost organic, with hulls that pulsed and shifted like living tissue. They glowed with an unhealthy green light. "The Void Heralds," Zara explained. "This is just the advance party. Their main fleet will arrive within days." "Why should I believe you?" Olivia asked. "This could all be an elaborate trick. You could have brought these ships here yourself." Zara turned to look at her. Those strange glowing eyes seemed to see through Olivia's doubts. "I have spent centuries fighting this war," the princess said quietly. "I have watched the Heralds consume 23 worlds. Billions of lives lost. My own homeworld is gone, converted into fuel for their endless hunger." She guided the fighter closer to one of the asteroids and powered down the engines. "Look," Zara said, activating a different scanner. "This asteroid. Scan it deeply." Olivia ran the scan. The results made no sense. "This isn't natural. The composition... It's like the rock was once something else." "It was a moon," Zara said, "orbiting a planet in the Proxima Centauri system. The Heralds converted it and left the remains here like breadcrumbs. They've been scouting your system for months." The evidence was on the screen in front of her. The asteroid contained traces of artificial materials and organic compounds that couldn't have formed naturally. If what you're saying is true, Olivia said slowly, why come to me? Why not go directly to Earth's leaders? Because of what you carry, Zara replied, her voice softer now. A genetic marker. Rare among humans. 1 in a billion. It makes you compatible. Compatible with what? With me, with my ship. With a weapon that can end this war. Zara's hand moved, almost touching Olivia's arm before pulling back. I've been searching for someone like you for a very long time. The sensor alarms blared again. More Herald ships had entered the system, moving fast toward Earth. They've detected my flagship, Zara said urgently. They'll attack soon. We need to return to your fleet. She powered up the engines and spun the fighter around. As they accelerated away from the asteroid belt, more Herald ships appeared on the sensors. Trust me, Zara said, her hand brushing Olivia's as she engaged the weapon systems. I've been fighting this war for centuries. Olivia had no reason to trust this alien royal who had invaded her quarters and refused to leave her side. Yet something in those otherworldly eyes made her nod. My guns are yours, princess. Let's show these heralds what happens when they threaten my home. Zara smiled, a real smile, not the perfect practiced one she usually wore. You are every bit as remarkable as I hoped, Olivia Reeves. The first herald ship moved to intercept them. Zara fired the fighter's weapons with perfect accuracy, hitting a weak spot Olivia wouldn't have noticed. The herald ship shuddered and broke apart. How did you do that? Olivia asked, amazed. Experience, Zara replied. I've been destroying these monsters longer than your country has existed. As they flew back toward the Earth fleet, destroying 2 more Herald scouts on the way, Olivia realized something had changed. She was no longer just tolerating the alien princess's presence. She was beginning to rely on it. When we get back, Olivia said, you need to tell everyone what you've told me. Show them the evidence. Zara nodded. I will, but they will only believe it coming from you, their trusted commander. Why me? Olivia asked the question that had been bothering her for days. Of all the humans on Earth, why did you choose me? Zara was quiet for a moment, focused on evading a piece of debris. Then she said, some connections transcend species, Commander. Some bonds are written in the stars long before we're born. It wasn't really an answer, but something about it resonated with Olivia. As they approached the Earth fleet, now on high alert due to the Herald Scouts, Olivia made a decision. I'll help you convince them, she said. Whatever this war is, whatever these Heralds want, Earth will stand with you against them. Not with me, Zara corrected, her silver blue eyes meeting Olivia's. With us. From this moment forward, our fates are linked, Olivia Reeves. Where I go, you go. What I fight, you fight. As they docked with the main ship, Olivia realized the alien princess truly wasn't planning to leave, and strangely, she was beginning to think that might not be such a bad thing after all. The war room of the EDF Valiant was packed with military leaders. They all stared as Zara projected a holographic map of the galaxy from a small device on her wrist. The map highlighted dozens of worlds shown as gray, lifeless husks. These were living planets, Zara explained. Her voice echoed in the silent room. Each one home to billions of beings. Each one now dead, consumed by the Void Heralds. Admiral Harlow studied the map with a grim expression. The older woman had been skeptical of Zara from the beginning. Only Olivia's report about the Herald Scouts and the strange asteroid had convinced her to hold this meeting. The Void Heralds are merely servants, Zara continued. They prepare worlds for their masters, ancient beings your scientists would call cosmic parasites. And these, parasites, Admiral Harlow said. They're coming here? To Earth? Yes, Zara replied simply. They follow a pattern. First the scouts, then the processors, then the harvesters. The scouts have already arrived. We have perhaps 2 weeks before the main fleet reaches your solar system. Olivia stood near the door, watching Zara address Earth's military leaders. 2 weeks had passed since the alien princess had first appeared in her quarters. 2 weeks of fighting alongside her against Herald scout ships. 2 weeks of learning to trust the strange visitor who refused to leave her side. And why have you chosen us, Princess? Admiral Harlow asked, leaning forward in her chair. Why Commander Reeves specifically? Zara's gaze found Olivia across the room. Their eyes met, and Olivia felt a now familiar warmth spread through her chest. The way Zara looked at her, like she was the most fascinating creature in existence, should have been unsettling. Instead, it felt like coming home. Because she carries the genetic marker, Zara said simply. A quirk of human evolution. Rare, precious, and the only thing that can activate the luminary core. Olivia frowned. This was new information. What core? The weapon at the heart of my ship, Zara explained. Built by my ancestors to end this war permanently. It requires 2 pilots, 1 luminary, 1 human with the marker. The odds of finding you, she smiled that too perfect smile, 1 in a trillion. Lieutenant Samantha Weiss, Olivia's wingmate for 5 years, stepped forward. She had been suspicious of Zara from the beginning. That's convenient. You just happened to find the one human who can help you operate your super weapon? Not happened, Zara corrected. Arranged. Your commander's bloodline has been monitored for generations. The room went silent again. Olivia felt a cold shock run through her body. What did you say? Your family line has been watched over, Zara said. She spoke gently now, as if aware of how her words would affect Olivia. Protected, guided, the implications hit Olivia like a physical blow. You've been watching us? My family? Protecting you, Zara countered. Your great-grandmother survived the Dresden bombing because a stranger pulled her from the rubble. Your mother's cancer mysteriously went into remission. These weren't coincidences. Olivia's world tilted on its axis. Everything she thought she knew about herself, her history. Had it all been orchestrated by this alien princess? I need air, Olivia said abruptly. She turned and left the war room, ignoring Admiral Harlow's call to stay. She walked quickly through the ship's corridors, not sure where she was going. Her mind raced with questions. Had her entire life been manipulated? Her military career? Her assignment to this ship? She found herself in the observation deck. The vast emptiness of space stretched out before her. Earth was visible in the distance, a blue-green jewel against the blackness. Somewhere out there, the Herald scouts were watching, waiting for their main fleet to arrive. She heard the door slide open behind her. She didn't need to turn to know who it was. How long? Olivia asked, still looking at the stars. How long have your people been watching mine? Zara moved to stand beside her. Since your species began using basic tools. We found Earth during our early explorations. We recognized its potential. And my family? How many generations back does your arrangement go? 27 generations, Zara replied. Since the genetic marker first appeared in your bloodline. Olivia finally turned to look at the alien princess. Did you control everything? My decision to join the military? My promotion to commander? Zara shook her head. No, we protected your ancestors. Ensured the bloodline continued. But the choices were always yours. Your achievements are your own, Olivia. Why me? Olivia whispered the question that had been haunting her for 2 weeks. Zara's voice softened. Because together we're the key to ending a war that began before your species walked upright. And if I refuse? If I want no part of your war? Then Earth falls, Zara said simply. And after Earth, countless other worlds. The heralds will not stop until the entire galaxy is consumed. They stood in silence for a long moment, watching Earth rotate slowly in the distance. Show me, Olivia finally said. Show me this luminary core. Show me what you need me to do. Zara nodded. We'll need to go to my ship. I'll inform Admiral Harlow, Olivia said, reaching for her communicator. Wait, Zara said, her hand gently touching Olivia's arm. It was the first time the princess had initiated physical contact. Her skin was warmer than a human's with a slight electric tingle. Before we go, you should know everything. What do you mean? Zara hesitated, seeming uncertain for the first time since Olivia had met her. The luminary core? It requires more than just activation. It requires bonding, a neural connection between both pilots. You want to connect your mind to mine? Olivia asked, alarmed. It's the only way to control the core, Zara explained. Our thoughts, our consciousness, they would be linked during operation. Olivia stepped back. You'd be able to read my mind? Control me? No, Zara said quickly. Not control. Never that. It's more like sharing. I would feel what you feel. You would feel what I feel. We would think as one entity while operating the core. The idea was both terrifying and strangely appealing. Would it be permanent? No, only while connected to the core. Zara paused. Though there can be lingering effects, echoes of each other's thoughts, emotional resonance. Olivia tried to process this new information. Why didn't you tell me this before? I feared you would refuse, Zara admitted. And I need you, Olivia. My people need you. All worlds threatened by the heralds need you. Before Olivia could respond, her communicator buzzed. Admiral Harlow's voice came through, urgent and strained. Commander Reeves, return to the war room immediately. We've detected multiple Herald vessels entering the system. Their numbers are significant. They're earlier than I expected, Zara said, her expression grave. We need to move quickly. Olivia looked once more at Earth hanging in space. Her home, her world. Then she looked at Zara, the alien princess who had turned her life upside down in just 2 weeks. Let's go, she said firmly. We'll inform the Admiral that I'm going to your ship. If this luminary core is our best chance against the Heralds, we need to use it. You're certain? Zara asked. Once we begin the bonding process, there's no going back. Olivia thought of her family, of the generations of her ancestors who had apparently been guided toward this moment. She thought of Earth and all the people living their normal lives, unaware of the danger approaching from the stars. I'm certain, she said. Whatever this bond is, whatever it means, I'll do it to protect my world. Zara's eyes seemed to glow brighter. You continue to exceed my expectations, Olivia Reeves. As they hurried back toward the war room, Olivia realized something had shifted between them. The alien princess who had refused to leave her quarters 2 weeks ago was now leading her toward a destiny neither of them fully understood. And despite all the questions, all the doubts, Olivia found herself willingly following. Commander Olivia Reeves returned to her quarters after a long 12-hour shift. The Earth Defense Fleet's flagship was quiet at this late hour. Most crew members were either sleeping or manning essential stations. Olivia just wanted to collapse into her bed and rest before tomorrow's battle drills. She pressed her palm against the scanner beside her door. It flashed green, recognizing her biometrics. The door slid open with a soft hiss. Olivia stepped inside and froze. Someone was in her room. A woman stood by her bookshelf, slender fingers tracing the spines of Olivia's collection of paper books. The woman wasn't human. Her skin was a soft violet color that seemed to glow faintly in the dim light. Her hair flowed down her back like liquid silver. She wore strange clothes that shimmered and changed colors as she moved, like oil on water. Olivia's hand went to her sidearm. She pulled it out and aimed at the intruder. Don't move, Olivia said firmly. The alien woman turned slowly. Olivia's breath caught in her throat. The stranger's eyes were unlike anything she had ever seen. They shifted between silver and pale blue, glowing with their own inner light. Strange markings that looked like star patterns decorated her temples and disappeared under her hairline. Those are called novels, Olivia said, trying to stay calm. Her finger rested on the trigger of her gun. They tell stories. The alien tilted her head. When she spoke, her voice had an odd musical quality. The universal translator in Olivia's ear converted the sounds into English. I know what books are, pilot. My civilization was reading while yours was still discovering fire. The alien's words were clear, but the rhythm was strange. She spoke with unusual pauses and stressed different syllables than a human would. Olivia kept her gun steady. Who are you? How did you get on this ship? How did you get into my private quarters? The alien woman ignored the questions. She moved with unusual grace, like she was floating rather than walking. She picked up a small model spaceship from Olivia's desk. This is not accurate, she said, studying the model. Your engine design is inefficient. Olivia pressed the emergency button on her wrist communicator. Nothing happened. No alarm sounded. The ship's AI didn't respond. Something was very wrong. You should leave, Olivia said firmly. Now. The alien woman smiled, revealing teeth that were too perfect and even to be human. I can't, not yet. Your vessel is interesting. Her strange eyes moved from the model ship to Olivia's uniform, lingering on the commander insignia on her chest. And you're exactly what I've been looking for. What do you mean? Olivia asked, her unease growing. What do you want from me? Protection, the alien replied. And partnership. Olivia kept her weapon aimed at the intruder. I'm going to call security. You're going to be detained and questioned. The alien woman looked amused. Your communications are temporarily disabled. Only in this room. Don't worry, your ship isn't in danger. I simply needed to speak with you privately. Who are you? Olivia demanded again. I am Zaravex, 7th sovereign of the Luminary Confluence, the alien said, her voice taking on a formal tone. My people call me Princess, though that translation lacks nuance. Olivia's mind raced. In 8 years of service, she had encountered several alien species, but never one like this. The Earth Defense Fleet had no records of the Luminary Confluence. Why are you here, Zaravex? War is coming to your world, Zara said simply. I have come to help you survive it. As if on cue, the viewport in Olivia's quarters suddenly displayed a new light in the blackness of space. A massive ship appeared seemingly from nowhere. It had an impossible shape, with angles that hurt Olivia's eyes when she tried to follow them. It dwarfed the human battlecruiser. Olivia had never seen anything like it. This time, the ship's alarms did sound. "That is my royal flagship," Zara explained calmly over the blaring sirens. "Don't worry. My crew has strict orders not to fire unless attacked first." Olivia lowered her gun slightly. "You need to explain everything now." Zara nodded. "I will, but we have little time. Your admiral will be calling you to the bridge soon." The communicator on Olivia's wrist suddenly activated. Admiral Harlow's voice came through, tense and urgent. "Commander Reeves, report to the bridge immediately. We have a first contact situation." Olivia kept her eyes on the alien princess. "On my way, Admiral." Zara smiled again. "See, now we must go." Olivia asked. "You're staying here." Zara shook her head. "I cannot leave your side, Commander Reeves. Not now that I've found you. Found me. What does that mean?" Olivia demanded. "It means you are special," Zara said. "One in a trillion. The only human who can help me save both our peoples." Olivia's communicator buzzed again. "Commander Reeves, where are you?" The Admiral sounded angry now. Zara stepped closer to Olivia. "You have a choice. You can try to detain me, call your security teams, and waste precious time. Or you can bring me to your bridge and let me explain to your leaders why I'm here and what's coming for your world." Olivia hesitated. Everything about this situation was wrong. Protocol dictated that she should detain this intruder. But something in those strange, glowing eyes made her pause. "What's coming for us?" she asked. "The Void Heralds," Zara replied, her voice suddenly grave. "They consume worlds, and they've set their sights on Earth." As if to emphasize her point, the ship's sensors began to wail with new warnings. On the viewport, multiple signals appeared at the edge of the solar system. "They've found me faster than I expected," Zara said. "We need to move now." Olivia made her decision. "Come with me to the bridge. But try anything suspicious and I won't hesitate to shoot you, princess or not." Zara nodded. "I would expect nothing less from the human who will help me end this war." As they left Olivia's quarters, the alien princess stayed close to her side. Crew members they passed in the corridor stared in shock at the violet-skinned woman. Olivia didn't know what was happening or why this alien royal had chosen her. But she knew one thing for certain. Her life would never be the same again. The next 3 weeks passed in a blur of activity. The Void Herald main fleet arrived, bringing with it ships so massive they distorted Earth's tides from orbit. The combined human and luminary forces fought desperately to hold them back. Olivia and Zara were at the center of it all. Their neural bond made them the perfect team. They flew modified fighters that combined human and luminary technology, striking at Herald weak points with deadly precision. When they fought together, it was as if one mind controlled both ships, executing maneuvers no single pilot could manage. Between battles, they worked with scientists from both species, searching for a way to modify the luminary core. "It should be possible," Dr. Kate Lynn, Earth's leading quantum physicist, said during one late-night session. "The luminary understanding of energy transference is centuries beyond ours, but our work with artificial consciousness might provide a solution." "A synthetic pilot," Zara mused, the idea flowing through their bond to Olivia. "Not living, but complex enough to guide the energy." "Exactly," Dr. Lynn nodded. "Combined with a distributed energy intake system rather than a single sacrifice." The work continued day and night. Every hour brought the Heralds closer to breaking through their defenses. Earth's cities were being evacuated to underground shelters. The Luminari had shared their shield technology, protecting key locations, but it wouldn't hold forever. Through it all, Olivia and Zara remained connected. Their bond had deepened beyond anything either had expected. Even when not actively linked to the neural interface, they could sense each other's emotions, catch glimpses of each other's thoughts. They moved in perfect sync, finished each other's sentences, knew what the other needed before it was asked. "Is this normal?" Olivia asked one night as they rested in her quarters aboard the Earth flagship. "This level of connection?" Zara, lounging on the small couch, shook her head. "No. The luminary records speak of pilot pairs who maintained partial bonds after disconnection, but nothing like what we experience." "Is it because I'm human?" Olivia asked. "Because our brains are so different?" "Perhaps," Zara said. Or perhaps it's because we are exactly right for each other. Two pieces of the same puzzle, despite coming from different boxes. Olivia smiled at the analogy. She had grown accustomed to the alien princess's presence, both in her quarters and in her mind. What had once seemed an intrusion now felt like belonging. The next morning, they received the news they had been waiting for. The science team had a prototype ready to test. "It's untested," Dr. Lin warned as they gathered in the core chamber aboard Zara's flagship. "The synthetic pilot matrix might not be stable enough to direct the energy properly. And the distributed intake system is improvised at best," added the Luminari chief scientist. "We're asking the core to do something it was never designed for." Zara and Olivia exchanged a glance, their bond humming with shared determination. "We have to try," Olivia said. "The Heralds have broken through the outer defenses. They'll reach Earth within hours." The modified core looked different now. The swirling energy sphere had been connected to multiple intake nodes positioned around the chamber. The single sacrifice station had been replaced with a complex array of crystalline computers, housing the synthetic pilot matrix. "If this works," Zara said, "the core will draw energy from the nodes rather than from a living pilot. The synthetic matrix will guide that energy to target the Herald mothership. And if it doesn't work?" Admiral Harlow asked from the doorway. She had come to witness the test personally. Zara and Olivia answered simultaneously. "Then we use the original design." The unspoken agreement between them flowed through their bond. If the modification failed, Zara would not be the sacrifice. Neither would Olivia. They would find another way or face the end together. "Begin the test," Zara ordered. The Luminari technicians activated the system. The core pulsed brighter, drawing energy from the intake nodes. The synthetic pilot matrix glowed with artificial life, trying to establish control over the energy flow. For a moment, it seemed to be working. The core stabilized, its energy focused and directed. Then, with a sound like shattering glass, the matrix collapsed. Energy spilled out in dangerous arcs, forcing everyone to take cover. "The synthetic mind isn't complex enough," Dr. Lin shouted over the alarms. "It can't handle the calculations required." Zara's mind touched Olivia's, sharing a moment of desperate inspiration. Together, she thought. Not one pilot, but two. Sharing the burden, Olivia understood immediately. The original design never considered that possibility. "Stop the emergency shutdown," Zara commanded. "We're going to pilot it together." The scientists protested, but Zara and Olivia were already moving toward the twin pilot stations. These had been modified as part of the new design, no longer requiring a sacrifice but still capable of interfacing with living consciousness. "What are you doing?" Admiral Harlow demanded. "Improvising," Olivia replied as she took her position. Zara sat opposite her. The core was designed for one pilot to guide and one to power. But what if both pilots do both? Share the guidance, share the power drain? "Is that possible?" Dr. Lin asked. "Our bond makes it possible," Olivia said. "We already function as a single consciousness when connected. We can distribute the load between us." Zara reached across the space between them, taking Olivia's hands. Together or not at all. The technicians made hasty adjustments to the system. The neural interfaces were reconnected, ready to link both pilots to the core simultaneously. "This is beyond untested," the Luminari scientist warned. "There's no way to predict what will happen." "We don't have a choice," Zara said. "The Heralds have broken through the last defensive line. They're preparing to begin harvesting Earth." Olivia squeezed Zara's hands. "For Earth, for all worlds," Zara replied. They connected to the neural interface. Their bond expanded instantly, minds merging more completely than ever before. The core responded, drawing energy from both of them in a careful balance, never taking too much from either. Together, they guided the building power, focusing it into a single purpose: destruction of the Herald mothership. Through their shared consciousness, they could see the massive vessel preparing to deploy its harvesting equipment toward Earth. Now, they thought as one. The core released its energy in a blinding beam that cut through space. It struck the Herald mothership at its central node, the weak point they had identified through weeks of combat data. For a terrible moment, nothing happened. Then the mothership began to break apart, its strange organic materials disintegrating into particles. The destruction spread to the connected Herald vessels, a chain reaction of collapse. In the core chamber, Olivia and Zara maintained their connection, guiding the energy until the last Herald ship had been reduced to cosmic dust. Only then did they release the power, carefully disconnecting from the system. As the neural interfaces withdrew, they remained conscious, exhausted but alive. Their bond hummed between them, changed but unbroken. "It worked," Dr. Lin said in amazement. "You did it." Admiral Harlow was already on her communicator, receiving reports from Earth's defense stations. "The Heralds are gone. All of them. The fleet is destroyed." Zara looked at Olivia, her violet face tired but jubilant. "We found another way." "Together," Olivia replied. The Void Herald mothership crumbled into quantum dust, dispersing across the solar system in a spectacular aurora that would be visible from Earth for decades. Observatories across human colonies captured the moment when the combined luminary human fleet executed the modified luminary protocol. 6 weeks after that historic victory, Olivia stood in the observation deck of the luminary flagship. Earth was visible in the distance, beautiful and intact. The aurora from the destroyed Herald ships created waves of color across space, a reminder of how close they had come to losing everything. Zara joined her, standing close enough that their shoulders touched. Their bond had changed after the core activation. It was no longer as intense as during the neural link, but it hadn't faded completely. They still sensed each other's emotions, still caught occasional thoughts when they were close. "The treaty is signed," Zara said. "Earth and the luminary confluence are now official allies." "The first of many, I hope," Olivia replied. "There are other worlds that need protection from threats like the Heralds." Zara nodded. "The Joint Council is assembling to discuss the terms of our permanent alliance. Your Admiral Harlow wants us both there." "We'll go," Olivia said. "But not yet. I need a moment just to breathe." They stood in comfortable silence, watching the stars. Their hands found each other without either making a conscious decision to reach out. "6 weeks ago, I entered your quarters looking for a genetic key," Zara said softly. "I found something far more valuable." Olivia turned to face the alien princess who had changed her life so completely. "The war is over. What happens now?" "That depends," Zara replied. "My duty to my people is fulfilled. For the first time in my life, I can choose my own path." "And what path is that?" Olivia asked, though their bond had already revealed the answer. "The stars are vast, Commander," Zara said, a smile playing at the corners of her lips. "I've spent centuries fighting across them. I'd like to explore them now, with someone who sees their beauty as I do." The interior of Zara's royal flagship was nothing like Olivia had imagined. Instead of the sleek metal corridors of human vessels, the luminary ship was filled with crystalline structures that seemed to grow from the walls. The surfaces glowed with soft light that shifted colors as they walked past. It was like being inside a living organism. Luminary crew members bowed to Zara as she led Olivia through the ship. They all had the same violet skin and strange markings, though none shone as brightly as their princess. "Your ship is beautiful," Olivia said, trying to take in all the alien technology around her. "It's more than a ship," Zara replied. "It's alive in its way. Grown rather than built, it responds to the thoughts and needs of its crew." As if to demonstrate, a doorway appeared in what had seemed like a solid wall when Zara approached it. They entered a large chamber filled with medical-looking equipment. Several luminari in different uniforms waited inside. "This is the synchronization chamber," Zara explained, "where we will establish our neural bond." Olivia hesitated at the entrance. Despite her decision to go through with this, seeing the alien technology made it suddenly very real. "Will it hurt?" "No," Zara said softly, "but it will be intense. Our minds have never been designed to connect this way. The experience can be overwhelming at first." A luminary technician approached, carrying what looked like a suit made of the same shimmering material as Zara's clothing. "You'll need to wear this," Zara said. "It helps facilitate the connection and protects your nervous system." Olivia took the suit. It felt strange in her hands, almost liquid but holding its shape. "Where can I change?" Another doorway appeared in the wall. Olivia went inside the small chamber and changed into the luminary suit. It fit perfectly, as if made specifically for her. When she returned, she saw that Zara had also changed. The princess now wore a similar suit, though hers had additional markings that glowed with internal light. "You look like one of us," Zara said, her eyes moving over Olivia's form with approval. "Hardly," Olivia replied. looking down at her still human skin against the alien material. "It's not the appearance that matters," Zara said. "It's what's inside." She tapped her chest, then pointed to Olivia's. "The resonance. The compatibility. In all the ways that truly matter, you are already one of us." Olivia wasn't sure how to respond to that. Instead, she gestured to the equipment around them. "What happens now?" "Now we bond," Zara said. She led Olivia to two reclined chairs in the center of the room. They were positioned facing each other, with a complex apparatus hanging above them. "Lie back. Try to relax." Olivia did as instructed, lying in the chair opposite Zara. The luminary technicians moved around them, adjusting equipment and speaking in their musical language. "We'll start slowly," Zara explained as the technicians attached small crystalline discs to her temples. They did the same to Olivia. The discs felt cool against her skin. First surface thoughts, then deeper. "When the connection is stable, we'll move to the core chamber." "How will I know what to do?" Olivia asked. "I don't know how to operate your technology." "You won't need to," Zara said. "Once we're connected, you'll know what I know. My training, my experience, it will all be available to you." One of the technicians spoke to Zara. She nodded and looked at Olivia. "Are you ready?" Olivia took a deep breath. "Yes. Close your eyes," Zara instructed. "Focus on my voice." Olivia closed her eyes. She felt a strange tingling from the discs on her temples. It spread down her neck and through her body. She heard Zara speaking, but the words seemed to come from inside her own head rather than across the room. "Open your mind to me, Olivia. Don't fight the connection." It was difficult at first. Every instinct told Olivia to protect her thoughts, to keep her mind separate and private. But gradually she felt something new. A presence, gentle but unmistakable, touching the edges of her consciousness. "I'm here," Zara's voice whispered directly into her mind. "Can you feel me?" "Yes," Olivia thought back, surprised at how natural it felt. "Is this the bond?" "Just the beginning," Zara replied. "Now deeper." The tingling sensation intensified. Suddenly, Olivia wasn't just hearing Zara's thoughts. She was experiencing her memories. Flashes of alien worlds, strange skies with multiple suns, battles against herald ships, centuries of life compressed into moments. The weight of responsibility, the loneliness of leadership, the determination to end a war that had consumed countless lives. At the same time, she felt Zara moving through her own memories. Childhood on Earth, her first flight in a simulator, the pride of earning her commander rank, the thrill of space combat. It should have felt invasive, but somehow it didn't. It felt right, as if these memories were meant to be shared. "Neural synchronization complete," reported the luminary technician as crystalline filaments withdrew from Olivia's temples. "Bond integrity at 97%, the highest cross-species compatibility ever recorded." Olivia opened her eyes. She saw Zara looking back at her, but it was different now. She could feel the princess's emotions as clearly as her own. Wonder, relief, and something deeper, something Zara had been carefully hiding until now. The technicians helped them sit up. Olivia felt strange, lighter somehow, as if a part of her was now outside her body, residing in Zara. "How does it feel?" Zara asked quietly when the technicians moved away to check their instruments. "Having me in your mind?" Olivia closed her eyes, experiencing the strange doubling of perception. Her own thoughts intertwined with alien consciousness, memories not her own shimmering at the edges of awareness. Zara's presence felt like moonlight on water. "Crowded," Olivia replied with a small smile, but not unwelcome. Through their bond, she sensed Zara's relief and something deeper, something the princess had been hiding. "The luminary core isn't just a weapon, is it?" Olivia asked, the truth becoming clear through their shared consciousness. "It's a sacrifice." Zara's eyes dimmed. She didn't need to speak the answer aloud. Olivia could feel it in their connection. "One pilot guides, one pilot fuels," Olivia said, pulling the knowledge from Zara's thoughts. "My ancestors designed it that way. Power requires sacrifice." "And you intended to be the fuel," Olivia continued, the realization washing over her. "That's why you were searching for someone compatible. Not just to operate the core, but to carry on after you're gone." "My duty as sovereign," Zara confirmed, both aloud and through their bond. "To end this war, protect my people." "Protect you." Olivia reached out, her hand finding Zara's. Their fingers intertwined, human and alien, as the neural bond between them pulsed with shared emotion. "We'll find another way," Olivia promised. "I didn't survive 8 years of combat to watch you sacrifice yourself. There's always another approach, always." Through their bond, she felt Zara's skepticism, and beneath it a fragile hope. For the first time in centuries of fighting this endless war, the alien princess allowed herself to believe in possibilities. "Come," Zara said, standing and still holding Olivia's hand. "It's time to see the core." They walked through more living corridors, their steps perfectly in sync. Olivia could feel the ship now, just as Zara did, a vast, semi-conscious entity carrying them through space. It recognized her through her connection to Zara, accepting her as if she belonged. They entered a massive chamber at the heart of the ship. In the center floated a sphere of pure energy, swirling with colors Olivia had never seen before. The core. It pulsed in rhythm with their heartbeats, already recognizing them. "It's beautiful," Olivia whispered. "And deadly," Zara added. It was designed to channel the energy of a living consciousness, to amplify it until it could destroy the heralds completely. Around the core were 2 pilot stations, each with a neural interface more complex than the one they had just used. Olivia could see now how it was meant to work. One pilot would guide the energy, directing it at the target. The other would be consumed by it, their life force converting to the power needed to activate the weapon. "There has to be another way," Olivia said again, more firmly this time. "Your ancestors built this using the technology they had then. We have new knowledge now. Between your people and mine, we can find a solution that doesn't require sacrifice." Zara looked at her, hope and doubt warring in her mind. "The heralds are already here. Their main fleet will arrive within days. We don't have time to redesign the core." "Then we buy time," Olivia said. "My fleet, your ship. We fight them together while our scientists work on a solution." She could feel Zara considering it, weighing the possibilities. Through their bond, Olivia sent her own confidence, her conviction that they could succeed. "I've spent my entire life preparing to die for this cause," Zara said quietly. "I never considered there might be another way." "That's why you needed me," Olivia replied. "Not just for my genetic marker, but for this. For hope." Zara's mind touched hers, sharing a flood of emotions too complex for words. Gratitude, fear, and something that felt remarkably like love, though neither of them was ready to name it. "Very well," Zara said finally. "We'll try your way first. But if it fails, if there is no other solution, you must let me do what I came here to do." "If it comes to that," Olivia agreed, "we'll face it together.